We've had an exciting first two heats for the cadets so far. Both have been won by Charlie Wyatt, but he's had to fight hard for it. So your grid going through, we've got in pole position Charlie Wyatt, second place Lizzie Mentier, third place Catherine Potter, fourth place Jared Fox-Whiteley, fifth Ethan Girling, and sixth David Mack. Seventh will be Thomas Potter, eighth Hudson Parker-Dix, ninth Isabella Stansmore-Wilson, 10th Leon Barlow, 11th Kian McLeod, and alongside will be Finlay Stubbings in 12th. 13th will be Josh Cooke, 14th Addison Smith, 15th Sophie Porty, 16th Jack Thompson, 17th Reese Peniston, and 18th will be Alex Fraser. 19th will be Sam Robson, 20th Ethan Charles, 21st Tom Holden, 22nd will be William George Howard, and 23rd Harris Ali. 24th Lewis Goff. 25th will be Holly Allen, 26th Alex Lynn, and 27th will be Cody Lamb. And just on the social media, we have Claude BD has messaged in and said, "Good luck, Harrison. You are having a brilliant, capital letters, weekend. Good luck to Charlie, Tom, Ethan, and Leon too."
Sorry, I was just very distracted by adorable dogs out the commentary box window. So whilst you were cracking on with the grid, I was just looking at them.
Has it got a hat on? I do like dogs in hats. They do make me laugh.
No, but
dogs hanging out windows of cars, hilarious. Dogs with hats on, my other favourite thing.
So I'll reapportion my my concentration back to the cadet grid as we once again wait for the back end of the cadet grid to sort itself out into the correct position.
It'll be interesting to see the start of Charlie Wyatt, because he has struggled a couple of, through yesterday and today so far, but certainly more so today.
Yeah, certainly off the line he's been struggling, and this time, rather than having Catherine Potter alongside him, he's got the 50 of Lizzie Mentier there on the outside in the blue, yellow and red kart, black helmet with Lizzie emblazoned down the side of it. And
I think Lizzie will be going for a move fairly early if she gets a chance.
Let's see whether Charlie has a problem off the line again, because that's really been his only problem this weekend. Unbeaten so far at the front of the pack, although in every race he really has had to work for it. The final drivers are into position. Marshall just waiting for confirmation that everybody's in the right place, but we are seconds away from going racing in Cadet Extreme Heat 3. Charlie Wyatt on the inside, Lizzie Mentier on the outside. Second row of Catherine Potter and Jared Fox-Whiteley. We've got the go-ahead. The green flag is up. The green flag is down. We are away and racing. And Charlie's not had the great start again, but Catherine Potter's pushed him through on the inside, and Charlie Wyatt will lead into the National for the first time, and Catherine Potter from the second row comes through along with Ethan Girling. So front row starter Mentier down to fourth already by the time they come into the first complex of corners at hairpin 1. And Charlie Wyatt has already broken away at the head of the field. He's got 4 or 5 kart lengths down the back straight, and Catherine Potter sets off in hot pursuit of our breakout leader.
Yeah, Leon Barlow's had a decent start as well, looking like he runs just around the top 10 at the moment. Charlie Wyatt making an okay start actually, but it was, as you called it, Potter pushing through. Mentier down into fourth now, behind Girling.
Yeah, with Potter pushing Wyatt through, it left Mentier out to dry on the outside. And where in the past, where Potter's been able to go right round the outside, Potter fast starting once again, goes right round, pushed Charlie Wyatt through, and in turn moves into second place. So after the end of the first lap, it's Wyatt, Potter and Girling, the top 3. There's Girling coming under pressure for Lizzie Mentier. Goes to the inside as Ethan Charles in the 46 picks up a contact warning. So it's Girling, Mentier. That's David Mack behind with the orange helmet in the blue kart. Jared Fox-Whiteley, who was on the second row, down in 6th with Potter, Barker-Dix, Stansmore-Wilson and fast starting Barlow.
Mentier
10.
just took Girling coming out of hairpin 4, sort of set him up through hairpin 3, then got the overspeed and cut back into hairpin 4. Arm in the air there from Lizzie Mentier, which I'm not too sure why.
Yeah, she got the move done. I didn't see Girling.
No,
didn't
nice
see any
and clean.
contact from Girling at all.
Nice and clean pass from both of them. They gave
Mentier
each other room.
away. Not sure what the hand was for though, but she is up and into 3rd place, and a train of karts goes all the way down to the bright yellow helmet there of Leon Barlow in 10th place. Very difficult to miss. You point out yesterday them bright yellow wheels as well. Fantastic aboard that number. Aboard the number 42 bright red kart, as the leaders are as close as you can be over the start finish line. Catherine Potter closing the gap to Charlie Wyatt, and this is probably as close as she's been all race. But can she make a move on Charlie Wyatt, or will she settle for 2nd place, which will almost certainly put her on the front row alongside Wyatt for the final. Wyatt has a look over his shoulder, Potter as well. As Thomas Potter goes to the inside of Jared Fox-Whiteley. Fox-Whiteley closes the door, a wide entry for him into South Bank.
Yep, we've got this 4-kart train now with Girling, Mack, Mentier, Girling, Mack and Fox-Whiteley, and then we've got a couple of tenths back to Thomas Potter, Hudson Barker Dix, Isabella Stansmore-Wilson and Leon Barlow. So those 3 have come together as well to make, unfortunately it sort of means Thomas Potter's sort of in the middle in a kind of a no man's land, but then as I say that, he actually closes back in 3 or 4 kart lengths into hairpin 1. And we've got the 22 of Jared Fox-Whiteley going wheel to wheel with David Mack, who goes very defensive, moves right the way across the track onto the white line to make sure that Fox-Whiteley can't get through.
Yeah, Fox-Whiteley had a decision to make there, didn't he? And it was either go through and end up on the grass, or back out and live to fight another corner. He goes with the latter and continues to chase down David Mack.
That has brought Thomas Potter into play, as Catherine Potter bangs in the fastest lap of the race, 48.165, and he's still only a tenth behind Charlie Wyatt.
Yeah, so once again, our cadet class drivers between the ages of 8 and 12 years old, providing great entertainment. 2 drivers in this battle, Thomas Potter and Isabella Stansmore-Wilson. Some of our youngest drivers here on the grid, they're both 8 years old. Thomas Potter won the Bambino Championship last year and has transitioned very well into cadet machinery. As Catherine Potter, she set the fastest lap of the race last time, and is trying to close up onto Charlie Wyatt in front. And right now on the rear bumper of the 23, takes the curve, does Charlie Wyatt, an overstart finish, 2 laps remaining. So let's see how this one pans out with as we get towards the checkered flag.
We had yellow flags there coming into hairpin 1.
Circuit seems clear.
So we got the big train behind the battle for 3rd place, and they all set personal best laps on the last time round. Start the penultimate
To be fair,
lap.
possibly the only time that they haven't tried to overtake each other, and they all set fastest laps.
It's amazing, that, isn't it? Amazing what can happen when you work together.
So Charlie Wyatt looks like he's opened out a gap this time round. Catherine Potter certainly not as close as she was last time, as the last lap board greets the leaders through the chicane then for the final time at the start of round national loop, through the right left, and then heading down towards hairpin 1. And Charlie Wyatt looks to have this one in the bag unless Catherine Potter can pull something out down the back straight. She's in the slipstream. Wyatt hasn't felt the need though to defend, so maybe she's not as close as the camera tells us. There's 2 kart lengths between as well. She dived to the inside of hairpin 3. Wyatt goes very late on the brakes in there and runs wide. Will that compromise his exit? He gets back across though in enough time to get the line right, and Charlie Wyatt will come through to bring the 23 across the line and wins heat number 3. Catherine Potter sets the fastest lap in the pursuit of the victory. Mentier, Girling, Mack, Thomas Potter takes Jared Fox-Whiteley on the final lap for 6th. Leon Barlow gets past Hudson Barker-Dix for 8, with Stansmore Wilson rounding out the top 10. Another great race in Cadet, and Potter seemed very happy with second over the line. I think she thinks that from the outside of the front row, she can maximise that position. It's also important to note that as championship leader, as long as she keeps finishing up there in the points, especially with Charlie Wyatt's impending move to two-stroke racing and out of the cadet class, really for Catherine, as long as she just gets as many points as possible. Those behind generally, Lizzie Mentier, Jared Fox-Whiteley, continuing to battle in that midfield, or sorry, in that middle pack behind them, all taking points off each other with every race. So all of our cadet drivers now coming off the circuit.
And there we have Charlie Wyatt going across, and then Lizzie Mentier and David Mack.
The recovery vehicle called upon. That's off down the bottom to collect a cart. That's currently hid behind the tyre wall, so I can't see who the unfortunate driver was, but we did have certainly one retirement. That's the 3. That's Josh Cooke. Josh had a tough start to the day. Didn't manage to set a time of note in qualifying and started the day from the back. Did, however, come through and make 12 places up in the opening race of the day, up into 15th place, but has had a difficult third heat and retirement. His cart is being retrieved, hopefully nothing terminal, and we'll see him out for the cadet final in around about an hour's time.
We're starting to get some dabs and dance moves going on as they come across the